Okay, I added extra 1 more minute and then to the 10 minutes. And then I can see the number is still very low because I was told that this court application was up to 50, 80, right? And then seeing 14 is really terrible. Sorry, is the the class representative here? Who is the class representative for this cohort? Can you guys hear me at all?
Yes, I can hear you. Good afternoon,
Okay,
man.
good afternoon. So who is the class representative? Are you the one?
I am, yes.
Okay. Please, I need you to help me to do something. Um,
Okay.
we're going to be taking attendance today, right? So let's know who is
Okay.
for us and who is not for us,
Us.
right?
Okay.
Yeah. So for whoever are here, just help me to write their name, right? Let's know the ones that are not here. Let's get to know why they are not here, right? So that we don't keep waiting for people that are not with us. You get?
All right, man.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's begin our course. But firstly, before we start, how are you guys doing? You can unmute, tell me how you are doing. How did your week go? How was the recording session? Right? How was work? Just speak to me, please. Let's be free here. So who wants to go first? Unmute your mic and just speak. Okay.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Adebayo.
Yeah, the other day I talked about my plan to work on the OPA tear down.
Okay.
So I was working on it over the week. So I was able to come up checking through all my strategies. So on the OPA tear down, I was able to accomplish what problem is OPA solving, who is the OPA app built for, how does OPA app make their money, the features on the OPay app, and the personal problem that it solves for individual as a user. So
Amazing. You really went deep down for this thing, and I really like that. Well done. Well done. All of these things is going to really
thank
enhance
you,
your.
thank you, man.
You're welcome. It's going to really enhance your product thinking sense, right? That's good. Anybody else want to go next? You don't necessarily. It doesn't have to be product management related, right? Just tell me, how did your day go? How did your week go? Was it stressful? Was it productive? What's like the key takeaway for you that happened? What did you learn? Just tell me, or how you are doing. So who's going next? Who's going next? Or do you want me to get you? You want me to go first? Okay. Hi, Michael. Let's hear from you.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, we can hear you. Good afternoon.
Okay, my name is Michael Mokanchi, and as for this week, it has been mixed with different things. I just got back from camp, right? NYSC camp around this week that was just finished, and I've been trying to like figure out some few things about where I'm to serve. So the whole journey was not really like it was really stressful considering the sun here in Lagos. That's how my week went, actually.
Okay. If you say Lagos is sunny, what do you want to say about Kaduna? Okay. Anybody? Well, let me just tell you guys how my own week went. So I've been trying to get this ATM card to pay for some to pay for ChatGPT, right? Normally I have a dollar card, but I just realized that on mobile ChatGPT is 7,000 naira to upgrade, and then on laptop what's visible there is $25 or something. It's 25 or $21, but approximately it's leading to like 31,000 naira. And in my head, I'm like, hell no, I'm not going to pay 31,000 when something on the app is 7,000 naira. I've really been going to the bank. They gave me a Verve card. I did not even know they gave me a Verve card. When I came back home, I tried to input the whole details. It was not working. I had to go back to the bank again. They gave me MasterCard. But before I could even get a MasterCard, I literally spent like the whole day on Wednesday at the bank. And then I collected the ATM card. Because we're saying no network, all of those kind of things. It was very annoying. Because in my head, I was like, you guys will have, I thought to have upgrade. Because in a very long time, I've not gone to the bank in a very long time. For me to get home, I input the same MasterCard to pay for like my ChatGPT Pro, and then it still did not work. Oh my god, I was just so pissed. I was like, I would have just sit there in my house if I knew that this is how this thing would just be giving me headache. Up to now, I've not been able to pay for ChatGPT Pro, and I don't want to use my dollar card to pay because how would I pay 31,000 when on the app is 7,000 naira? So yeah, I think that's like one of the main thing that happened this week that really got me really pissed. Okay, anybody? 2 more minutes. Anybody? You people don't want to tell me how your day went. You want only for me to be talking. Come on, you should please talk to me now.
Hi guys, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Good afternoon.
Hello?
We can hear you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So for me on my end, my week was hectic. Usually I work from home, but I was asked to come to the office to do some certain tasks with the field guys, and I have been privileged to go through the course outline and all, but I just had to do it this afternoon. So basically that's how my week just went.
Okay, amazing. Hi, Victor. You can go next. Still have 1 more minute.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
Good
Just to
afternoon.
confirm that everyone can hear me. All right. So, this week has been not bad anyway, not bad. But then I heard someone complain about sun. I mean, if you have sun, at least you can step out of your house. But over here, it's been raining since like the whole week. So, yes, the rain, the cold, and just sun cannot. I cannot just step out. I mean, if I step out, I'm sure that at some point it's going to rain, and I have to make preparations for maybe to take shade somewhere or something. But that's how the week has been over here. As regards work and all those things, it was a bit stressful, yeah. But then I was able to accomplish I was able to accomplish most of the things I set out to do for the week. So that's how it was.
Oh, okay. Where do you stay? What city? What town? What
Uh,
state?
Port Harcourt, River State.
Ah, okay. That we cannot even go close to you guys. It is always falling there. I think over here in Kaduna, we are done for the year, right? No more rain. It's just I think we're getting to Amatan season.
Well, in Port Harcourt,
Okay.
I'm sure if it's even going to rain. I say 31st December.
Wow. Interesting.
That's how it gets some years. I mean, on Christmas Day, you just see rain falling. I mean, uh,
Christmas go when you get your Christmas clothes.
yeah, it can be like that sometimes. So.
Okay. Amazing. Um Raise your hand up if you were able to watch the recording that was sent to the okay, it's raining a bit. I just want to see how many people watched the recordings, how many people for okay. 4 people. 4 people? What happened to the remaining? What happened to the remaining people? I can only see 4 hands. Oh my god. Ah, this session, it's more like you're asking me, you're bombarding me with every questions you have. Not like I'm starting all over again, right? And then I can see only 4 hands up. What happened now? Miriam is saying something, class rep. Can you respond to her? Let me see the people hands that are not raised. Abdullahi, Adeze, Adewale, Adebayo, Adeola, Elizabeth, Kingsley, Aminat, Temitope, Beatrice, Derime, Fatima, Asan, Miriam Giwa, Michael, Olawale. Why did you guys not watch the video? Why did you not watch the recordings? Why did you guys please unmute your mic and speak? Let me know. Let me empathize with you guys.
I watched the recording. My hand is.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I watched it, but you mentioned my name.
Oh, sorry. Oh shit, sorry. You just raised your hand now. I didn't see your hand here. If you did not watch the record, please let me know why you didn't watch it. I want to know. Remember, it's only from your feedback that we can make this cohort better. So before I even start, I want to know why you didn't watch the recording. Because right now you're just here. Other like the remaining 5 people they will get all of these things I'll be saying. Oh my god, Aminat just got access to the LMS. Why didn't you tell them in the Slack
I was
channel?
unable to get access to the LMS.
Wow. Who else did not get access to the LMS?
I'm unable to get access to the LMS.
Yeah, I heard you, Adebayo. I heard you. So who else could not get access to the LMS? Who else? Victor, your hand is raised. Now you guys can drop your hands for those of you that watched it. Sorry. For those of you that watched it, you can drop your hands. I want to get feedback from people that could not get access to the LMS. Abdullahi, are you saying you didn't get access to the LMS too? Hello, Abdullahi.
Yeah, I have access to it.
Okay. So did you watch the recordings?
Yes.
Okay. So for those of you that don't have access to it, I beg you, when you don't have access to things like this, reach out earlier. You don't have to wait till when we have our live session before you make your complaint, right? I'm sure the class rep is all. That's why you have a class rep. You can reach out to him if the instructors are not responding to you on time. The class rep will definitely respond to you on time. Lay your complaints to him, okay? Okay. So let's quickly do a recap before I give rooms for questions and answer, and then any possible suggestions from the students. Well, have you guys also sent a message to the class rep? Have you sent a message to your Slack informing people that class has started? Have you done that?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Okay, so let's quickly do a recap to the recording. So we have what we discussed from the recording was a proper introduction to product management. I actually gave one assignment. This is even the place I'm to catch people that do not watch the recording. because I gave an assignment from this recording and I'm expecting people to you give me response. But don't worry, when we get to that bridge, we would cross it. Right. So yeah, introduction to product management. Can anybody tell me what is the product? Let's be sure that people really follow up with this thing. What is a product?
Can I go?
Yes, please, you can.
Okay, so a product is anything, whether it could be digital, it could be hardware, tangible or intangible, that was built or made primarily to solve a particular problem.
Yes, exactly. I like that word, anything. Like I like the fact you put in that word, anything there. Right. So a product is anything that can be used to solve a user problem or a need or want. Right. Anybody else? Anybody?
A product is anything that can be offered to a market to satisfy a want or need.
Amazing. So over here, I said a product is anything that can be offered to satisfy a market, offered to a market to satisfy a need or a want. So this is like the general definition of a product. But a product can also be defined in a business perspective, in a technological perspective, and then in a lean startup perspective, right? Where we said in a business perspective, a product is a bundle of attributes. So these bundles of attributes could be feature, functions, benefits, and users capable of exchange or use, usually a mix of tangible and intangible form. So we got this definition from a business dictionary. And then for the technology perspective, we said it's a product and end result of a process that provides value. So you could see that from the technological perspective, you could see that this product has to go through a process. So whatever that process is, it's the end result of that process that will give people value, that provides value, functionality, or utility to users. So this is often through hardware, software, or the combination of both. And then for the lean startup, which was by Eric Rins, I made mention that we should try to read this book too. There's a book called The Lean Startup, right? You should also read books like this. It helps your product thinking sense a lot. So Eric defined products as a result of iterative process of building, measuring, learning to create value for customer. So a product will go through a process, like I have said. So this process could be you're building it, you are measuring what you have built, and then based on what you've measured, you are learning from, you're getting insights from what you measure, right, to create value. So it's more like an iterative process. So whatever you have learned from what you measured, you will still go back to build again, to build something very valuable to customers. So we generalize all of this into anything tangible or intangible that is created, refined or offered to fulfill a need or desire, providing value to users in exchange for consumption, use, or purchase. And then went ahead to discuss what is management. Please, if you have any question, because of how I put my screen, I will not be able to know. So if you have any question, just raise your hand up. It gives this sound, and then I know that somebody wants to say something. Okay, so the next thing we did was we discussed about management, right? Um, Let me hear from you guys. Let's be sure that everybody literally followed. One person should please explain what management is. You can go ahead, please.
So for me, from what I understood, management is more like the process of planning or organizing or setting structures or for controlling people or resources to achieve a particular goal and not to just achieve it, but to achieve it effectively.
Amazing, amazing. Anybody
Hello, can you
else?
hear me?
Yes, I heard you.
Yeah, management is the coordination and administration of tasks to achieve a goal.
Okay, so straightforward. Good. So over here, I said it's a process of planning, organizing, leading, and controlling resources, just as Michael has said, to achieve a specific goal efficiently, effectively, right? So it involves decision making, coordination, and strategy to ensure the success of an organization, business, or a project. So if you find yourself planning something, you're doing management. If you find yourself organizing something, oh, this should be here, this should not be here, it is management. If you find yourself leading, let's put this here, telling people to do this, yeah, it's under management. If you find yourself controlling resources like people, time, let's build this, let's not build this, it's all under management. And what you just want to do is to just achieve a specific goal. It could be build a app, it could be build a website, it could be organize an event. That could be the goal, right? Effectively and efficiently. So over here, um we're combining products and management together. So we have product management, right? When we say product management, we also give it in different perspective. But I'm going to be taking the general and software perspective, right? So from the Product Management Institute, they define product management as the practice of strategically driving the development, the market launch, and the improvement of a product. Why I love this definition so much is because product management does not just end with development. You could see that Product Management Institute went ahead to tell us that as a product manager, you'll be driving the market launch, and then you'll be improving the product. A lot of mistakes that product management managers make is they just once they finish developing a product, they just feel like, okay, my job is done. No, your job is not done. You need to that thing you have built, you need to take it to the market to tell people to use it, right? And then once people have started using it, improvements must definitely come, feedback must come, errors must come. Now, based on all of this feedback, then you would improve this product, right? And then for the technology software perspective, they say product management is the intersection of business, technology, and user experience, focused on building products that are valuable, visible, and usable. Like your product has to be valuable. It has to be feasible. Like technically, we can build this thing, and then usable. If a 18 years old child pick that gadget up, they should be able to navigate or even use your products, right? Um, when we said intersection of business technology and user experience, for the business perspective, you need to understand how the product can make money, right? You need to understand that as perspective. The technological perspective, you need to understand how these products can be built, right? And then user experience basically is you understanding your users to the fullest. That's why if you're doing product management, you need to enjoy speaking to people. If you're the kind of person that you don't even like to talk to people, I'm sorry, you're going to struggle on that particular session because you need to talk to people a whole lot. And then the general definition of product management is a strategic process of planning, developing, launching, and optimizing a product to meet customers' needs and achieve a business goal. So what this involves is identifying your market opportunity, defining your product vision, collaborating with cross-functional teams, which could be engineers, designers, marketers, and sales team, and then ensuring the product deliver value throughout its life cycle. You need to make sure that whatever products you have built throughout, if it's it should be able to give people value, right? When I mean identifying market opportunities, that's why I said something about, okay, towards the end of this video, I said something about ability to identify problems, right? Always look at things from your problem perspective. So that's what it means by identifying market opportunities, because it's when you find a problem that you can get a market opportunity from it. And over here we have pillars of a product, right? A product, I said, there are 4 things. Your product must have these 4 things, which is valuable, viable. Yes, please.
Let's find out. I
Is
have
it?
a question concerning. I have a question concerning the product management aspect. So, according to what we've established, right, a product manager not only plans the products, they develops, they're in line with the developers during the development stage, and also after the development, they also launch the product. And what you've said, they will also be there for iterative for feedbacks, basically. So my question is, from what we've all gathered, it means that a product manager does not have a particular point where you will say your job is done.
Exactly.
So my question now is, say for example, someone like a client, or you got a gig of a product manager that they want you to plan and organize the whole product, but you don't want to, because of some factors, you don't want to stay with them, like you don't want to stay with the product. You just probably want to, get the gig, build the product, launch it, and then you answer. Is it possible as a product manager for you to achieve that? Or once you are in, you are all in?
Well, it's possible, right? But for the sake of your career, right? Because when you want to start applying for like the bigger companies and they like to see results. What are the type of results I'm talking about here? So imagine now you stayed with these people, you built this product, and then after you build this product, you start to like measure what you built, right? And let's say you built this product, and then let's say after 3 months, people are using the products, you're getting a lot of customers, your company is making a lot of money. You will take the glory, right? And these are things you can put on your resume, like, oh, I built this product from idea stage and we're able to get 1,000 users in 1 month, making a revenue of let's say 10 million naira in the first month. Like, there's nobody that will see all of those kind of things on your resume that would not want to tell you that, oh, I need this person on my team, right? So it's more like you have done the work and then you're now leaving it for another product manager to come and take your glory. I don't know if you get my point. So I have a mosque close to my house. Michael, did you get that? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I do.
Yo, so yeah,
I can
it's
hear you.
possible. It is very possible for you to say, okay, oh, I don't want to stay with you people after lunch. I want to leave. But honestly, the real glory comes after lunch, not before lunch, because it is the after lunch that you can put in all of these informations together on your resume, right? And make people want to really, really hire you. If I'm not saying that when you do things like, oh, you're able to set up the team to be able to achieve this work between this X amount to this amount. Let's say you're able to plan the whole thing, right? And then you're able to get the team to build a app within 2 months. Fine, that is good, but that is not really the main product management job. You just did, remember I told you a product manager wear many hats. So you just wore a project manager hat. Because now it's a project manager that can say, okay, well, I've built this product for you. Or I want to leave to another product. All those parts, all those things you did are like the project, you just project manage that thing. Now the real product management work comes after you launch a product, and that's where it even gets more interesting. I'm not even gonna lie. Like even me, I really love that part. I don't like to say this, but let me just say it. I don't really like the building part, right? I like the after building part because you see people use your product. People are coming and they're telling you that, oh, this product has this issue, that issue. And then based on all of these things people are saying, you know, coming up with ideas, strategies to solve that problem from there. Then you're now going back to the team, telling your team that, oh, let's build this X future because 80% of our users complain about this. And then from you as a product manager, you have seen that future, if we build that future, we're going to make more money from it because we're going to bring more people to the company. And then just imagine now your team now built this future. They now release it to your users. And then after like 1 month or 2 months, you now saw that your users now increase. How are you going to feel? You're going to feel very, very good. Like, I did this, I did that. I don't know if you get my point, Michael.
Yes, I do. I also
So,
have another question, if you don't mind.
okay, please go ahead. Exactly. This session was literally
So
like a question and answer session. All this we read where they do was
I
not really
came, I
necessary.
came cooked. I
All right,
came
bye.
cooked and prepared, ma.
That's the
So
energy.
with so a situation whereby, like you just said, the positive eyes. Me, I like seeing things in two different directions, and I want to channel this question to be more personal, which is to you. Were there any time where you, after getting feedbacks, and you probably seeing that okay, these users they want this particular features, I mean, and then you go back to your drawing board, which is your developers, and then they come up with that particular features. Then you find out that they don't really know what they want. Like the data was not actually correct, even though you did your normal research and all. So you know the others what's it called side is when the whole feature works and people it increases the revenue for your company, and then you know you have this pride on your ego that okay you did this. So in that other situation, how would you be able to like undo it, and then how bad will the damages be to you as a product manager? I don't know if you understand. Do you understand my question, please?
Yes, I do. And this thing has happened, not to me directly, but like to my boss. Okay, so that's one thing about products. You don't push blame to anybody. A real product understand that when users don't even know what they want, right? All of these things we are doing is just literally trial and error. But one thing I want you to know is that numbers don't lie, right? Data don't lie. Imagine somebody saying, I want a study plan. 80% of the users are saying, I want a study planner. And then another one is saying, I want music on the, let's say, on an edtech product now. Some people are saying, I want a study planner. And then some other set of people are saying, I want a music future that will be helping me when I'm reading. I want to be playing music. And let's say 80% are saying they want study planner, and just 20% are saying they want music future. Which one are you going to build? Of course, you want to focus on the study planner because which is even going to bring more users. You also think not just about because users said this. You also need to think about normal sense wise. Is this going to be profitable to the business? Right. You need to think about that too. And then you also need to think about the technicality. Is it something that your team, your current team can build, right? So all of these things now, let's say you've done all of these things and then your data, your research, everything is telling you, yes, go ahead to build it. Then you don't go ahead to build it. You know that there are scenarios where you've gone ahead to build all these things and then users will not still use it. It is very possible. So in a situation where users don't use it, you don't push blame. Like you don't, let's say, for example, let's say your CEO that asks you to do this thing now, you don't push blame and be like, oh, I told you, let's not do this, let's not. You don't do that. Then you just need to continue. That's why product management is an iterative process. Now people are not using it. You need to figure out why are they not using your product? Why that feature you built, why are they not using it? Then you get another form of insights from it again. And then you now start to say, okay, they're not using this feature because maybe your onboarding step is too long, or the study planner step to set it up is too long. Then you will now reduce the friction again. I don't know if I'm answering your question, but one thing about product management is it's an iterative process. And yeah, there will be a situation whereby Kasala will burst. And if Kasala bursts, everybody will carry the cross like that, and then we'll start figuring out what is the next step for us to take. But if Kasala bursts, nobody will just stay and then fold hand and be like, hey, this thing has happened. No. Everybody will still figure out what should we do next. Right? I think this thing happens in Facebook. Was it Apple or something when they said they were doing a demo or something and then they had issue while doing the demo. Kasala literally burst there, but the team did not say, oh, this thing has spoiled, let's just leave it like that. No, they had to look for improvise. What is the next thing we need to do? Because as a product manager, you need to be thinking about what next. That's the mindset all the time. I don't know if I was able to answer your question.
Yes, you did. Or let me put it this way. Say for example, you got a gig, like I am a product designer, right? And I always wanted to learn product management. I applied for last cohort in this particular program, last cohort, but something happened. I didn't complete it. So that was why I onboarded for this particular section. So before onboarding, before we started the whole class, someone reached out to me. Right? Someone reached out to me saying that she wants to build a product, an app basically. And me, I am a product designer. I just know the whole little about product management because how we are trained as a product designer and a little of a product manager. So the whole agile and all of those intensive stuff, we don't really like understand it. So because it was my first time someone reaching out to me for a particular gig, I had to like take up the offer. So it made me to, and I feel the interesting thing about it is it pushes me to like learn stuff even before the time of actually implementing that stuff. So I got the whole thing. We are doing validations, right? We've gotten feedback from users, and a good number of them say yes, they want to use it. For me, the response we have, sorry for this long talk, but the response we have from the survey shows that the people want to use the app. But then our research, the number at which we got the response from a number of 50. So it's low compared to the amount of the people that are trying to target. So my fear now is upon declaring that okay, we can go on with this product, we can start building certain structures, creating some assets like design assets, registering the name and all those things. What if we do those things and then because of the limitations of like people that we did survey for, they will find out that people don't actually like want to use it, how is it going to like fall on me? And now this is not a company setting. I don't know if you understand the whole scope of what I'm trying to say.
Yes, I do. So that's why whenever you're making research, the first thing you need to do is make sure you're giving to your target audience. Right. You're not just sending it to random people to fill. Who are the people you're giving your research questionnaires to? Are they your target audience, or you're not giving to people to just answer for you? Michael.
Okay. So okay, I can hear you. You asked the question, right?
Yes, I did.
Hello, ma.
I asked you a question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Did you hear my question?
Okay. No, I did not.
So I was asking, who are the people that are filling your questionnaires? Are they your target audience or not? Can you hear me?
So technically they are. Yeah, I can hear you. Technically they are. Why did I use the word technically? Because the product is something that anybody can use. It's more like a
Anybody is not
marketplace,
your
right?
anybody. Your, sorry, let me just
Uh,
correct. Anybody is not your target audience.
I don't.
Everybody, they are not your target audience. If you build your products based on everybody and anybody, I'm sorry, you're just going to be building blindly.
Can I say so?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to be specific. I don't want to be specific because it is not my product. Right? So I don't want to share outside, like outside. So I don't know if you don't mind, I can send you like a message, maybe on Slack or something.
Okay, yeah, I think that's fine because right now we're even going out of our introduction to products management. But yeah, you should do that to be better.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So let's quickly proceed so that please, whatever questions that we'll be asking, let's make sure that it's within this introduction to product management, right? So that we don't go off our scope. If you have any question aside this, you can just send me a message and then I will answer. Okay, so we have pillars of product management where we said a product must be valuable, a product must be viable, a product must be visible, a product must be usable. If your products don't have these four things, I'm sorry, you're building your product is not right. That's the thing. Because your product needs to solve a problem. Your product needs to generate money. If it's not generating money, at least it should be generating something that is useful. Maybe you need data, right? That will benefit the business and then the stakeholders. And then visible, your product must be something that we can easily build. It can be maintained and scalable. If you just know that you're a very lean startup, you're already integrating AI this, AI that into your product, and you don't have developers to do that for you, your product is not visible. So you need to make sure that whatever features you want your product to have, there should be something that your current team can build it, they can maintain it, and they can scale from there, right? And then we need to make sure that it is usable. People can use it easily. That's why I would say the only goal of any product is its usability. Today, people are using Duolingo, we're using WhatsApp, we're using Piggyverse. The only goal of those products is their usability. I have this project that I'm currently doing, and then I was using Jira. Honestly, I'm not a fan of Jira. I prefer Linear, right, to document stuff or for anything I want to do about project management. I prefer to use Linear. And then I was just using this product, I was using Jira, I was just getting angry, I was just getting frustrated about the whole thing. I was like, to me now, will I say this product is usable? There are some people that are really enjoying Jira. Like I know somebody that it is Jira or nothing, right? But for me, I'm like, why is this thing like this now? Why is it very tedious? All of those kind of things. So whatever you are doing, just make sure that your product is usable to people. Like me now that I was complaining about Jira. There are a lot of us that don't know how to use Jira. Why there are some people that can use Jira? Maybe they took their time because Jira even has a course. Maybe they took their time to learn the course. I don't know. But the product has to be very, 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 very easy to use. Right? If your product is not easy to use, I'm sorry. You would only have a particular set of users that will be using your product and not everybody. Okay. Who is the product manager? I don't know why this stuff will literally cross on over the text. But yeah, so I'm going to be picking the customer-centric perspective and then the data-driven perspective, and maybe the business perspective as well. So we say the product manager is responsible for aligning business development and product development business goal, ensuring profitability. Sorry, please. Ensuring profitability, market fit, and competitive advantage. I gave one instance about product management, so I'm trying to get that information. So for those that do not watch that recording, it will sync properly to them. Okay. And then from a customer-centric perspective, yeah, I said a product manager is the voice of the customer, right? You have built this your product now. You need to know what people are saying about your product. So what they are saying about your product, yeah, understand the good things, but you don't need only the good feedback or emphasize and be so heavy on identifying the pain points, the negative things they're saying about your product. You need to really be endowed to identify that. That's what I said as a product manager. You need to know how to identify problems, right? So once you've identified all of these problems, you will now gather the feedback. Once you've been able to gather all of these feedbacks, then you would ensure that the products deliver value and an excellent user experience. So what's ensuring a product deliver value means is you're going back to your team with the feedback you've gathered and then coming up with possible solutions that solve that problem, and then you're now giving it back to the users. So giving it back to the users is you're already giving them a product that now delivers value and they have an excellent user experience. So I said over here, a product manager is like what the mini CEO of a product, right? So what you have to do as a product manager is to figure out what to build, why it matters, because when you go meet your developers and tell them that let's build this future, you need to let the developer know or the designer know why we are building this future. Because if these people are able to understand why they are building it, they will not be building things or they will not be writing code that is out of scope, but rather they'll be writing codes that are within the scope of why we are building it and what is meant to be built. And then a product manager will make sure that whatever thing you are telling them to build is actually built very well, right? Not the one that you do half work and then leave it and say you're done. No, you need to make sure that the product manager will need to make sure that the team are building that thing very well, such that if another person uses it, they're not complaining that why is this one not working? Why is that one not working? Do you get? So I give some relatable example here, right? I said the product manager is like a movie director, right? Do you want to say something? If your hands are raised, just go ahead and speak. Or was that a mistake?
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
So I wanted to digest something I came across while watching the video we are obliged to watch. So it's product strategy, right? So it's for me, I was seeing it to be like another aspect entirely. I don't know how to like put it, but then I feel just like how we have product designers, we now have product managers, and we now have product strategists. So I was watching through that video, and there was a I checked online getting to the product manager role. So I had to bring it out and then circle so that I don't know if you can understand because I am with the little research I did, the defining the vision, the mission, and the goal of the product or the success metrics. So I don't know if I'm in line, if I'm correct.
If I get you correctly, because your network, I could not hear you clearly. You're breaking at some point. Are you asking for the definition of a product, product strategist? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I want to understand like yes, the product of the concept of product strategy and how it relates to product management.
So product, what do you understand by strategy?
So for
No, like leave
it's
products, leave
it's
like let's explore product from this. Just strategy. What do you understand by strategy?
I don't know.
I
Can you
cannot
hear me?
hear you. Your voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking. Oh, I
Hello?
can't hear you. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so from let me say from the aspect of like branding. So the strategy is basically the technique technique to use or hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
I
So
lost you.
for branding now, product strategy.
Michael, I think your network is really terrible. But you can just drop it in the comment section, right? I'll come back to it. So we don't spend time on this. I can barely hear you. I hope you heard that. So over here, I said a product manager is like a movie director. So the PM will not, they don't act or shoot scenes. But what they do ensure is the story, the cast, and crew all come together to create a hit movie. I'm sure we've seen movie directors now. They don't do the movie. You don't see them acting movies. Right? They're not the crew. But the success of that movie is on the hand of the movie director. That's the same thing with a product manager. You don't write the code, you don't design the screens, but the success of your product to be successful is on your shoulder. So if your products do not succeed today, it is you, the product manager, they will put hands, they will blame, not the developer, not the designer. Because the designer is just following instructions from the product manager. Same thing with the developer. Another example here is like a chef, right? Or let's even use a football coach. What they do is a football coach they will not play the match, right? But they set the game plan, they would assign rules, and then they will guide the team towards winning. It's the same thing for product manager. When Nigeria face today, they will not blame footballers. They will start insulting the coach that we get nonsense coach. Our coach is useless. Our coach is that. It's the same thing to product management. You don't play the ball. You don't act on the scene where everybody is seeing you. But if that thing goes wrong today, you are the one. And if it goes right today, you're still the one that will take the alcohol. So if not for anything, sef, let's put it in like a layman term. If you cannot remember all this English, let's use this relatable term to always like just use these relatable examples to always keep in mind what a product manager does. I need to be very fast so that I will take questions because all of this thing I'm literally just trying to repeat myself. So yeah, we say product product management is between the business, the technology, and the customer aspects, right? And then we also discussed about product thinking, where Einstein said if I had an hour to solve a problem, I would spend 55 minutes thinking about the problem and then 5 minutes thinking about the solution. So problem solving involves creativity, planning, innovation. You need to know the cost, you need to get a goal, you need to get a method, you need to get a solution, and you need to be able to define the problem, right? So yeah, let's even have some discussion. Share a digital product you use daily and discuss the problem itself for you. And what value do you think the owner gets from you using it? Let's do some question and answer here. Don't use the example I used though in the recordings. Let's be fast so that I can also take questions. So please, who's going? Anybody? I'm going to call names. Not you, Michael. Sorry. I'm very sorry. I want other people to hear another person's voice. Lola. Hi, Lola. I like your name, Lola. Is that your real name? Lola is queen now, right? And then Lola is a Yoruba name. Any which way, I want to hear from
Good
you.
afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah, please
Can you
come again. I didn't get the question.
Okay, I said share a digital product you use daily and discuss the problem it solves for you and what value do you think the owner gets from you using the product. So the question is right here on the screen. Are you speaking?
Yes, I am. So, one of the digital products I use is Google, and it solves um problem my problem of searching things online. And one of the features I use there is for example, if I want to search for a product and I do not know the name, I'll just upload the picture of that thing I'm finding, and Google is going to give me matching things or the same thing of what I'm searching. That one is the value. I think the value Google will get is the view that their product is good. Everybody know Google is good already.
Okay. So let's say the value they'll get from you is the satisfaction from you as a user. Because you're not
Yes,
giving them one. Right.
at
If
all.
you exactly. Okay, good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I like your name by the way.
But that's not my name. Oh. That's just like a nickname. My real name is Adeshewa.
Oh, so what's the la?
Uh, there's a long story behind it.
Oh, okay. My it's cute.
Thank you.
Olawale Abiodun. Hi. Let's hear from you. If you're speaking, we can't hear you. If you're speaking, we can't hear you. Okay. Okay, Beatrice, you can go. Since we're not hearing Adewale. Olawale, sorry.
Okay. One of my favorite digital products I use mostly is ChatGPT, and it gives me vital information about anything that I need, maybe from different backgrounds, as in from different anything that I want. So I go to ChatGPT, I put, then it gives me answer. Sometimes I have little knowledge about it, so it tells me widen my knowledge about such topics or anything I need to look deep into.
Okay, amazing. We are plenty that likes ChatGPT. Okay, but what value do you think ChatGPT get from you?
That it gets from me.
Yes, what's the value they get from you?
Usage. Me using Chat GPT, it helps to keep it in use. It helps to keep its functionality.
Okay. I think another thing that the value that ChatGPT will get from you as a user is because of how good you use it, right? You are also giving them more customers because you are publicizing it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's another value they get from you. So because you're enjoying it, you are bringing more customers to them too.
Okay. Yes, yes.
Amazing. Elizabeth, do you want to say something? All of you want to speak. Okay. Let Elizabeth go, then we'll just have to round up. We need to wrap up this by 5 p.m. and we still have much to do. Sorry, Kingsley.
Okay, ma. Good evening, ma. Good evening, everyone. So, I think Beatrice and the first person has said the obvious one. Almost everyone uses every day. But another app I wanted to talk about is the Merriam-Webster dictionary. So I'm someone that is very, very curious. So like I have the dictionary app on my phone. Yeah, I use it daily. What problem does this solve for me? Obviously, it helps me learn new words and even synonyms and all of that. And what value do you think the owners get from you using the product? I think publicity, because I always talk about this dictionary. I always talk about how it can give you synonyms and antonyms and all of that. And then I think they make money off it too, because I mean, there's a premium plan, which I know people that actually pay for it. I think that's it.
But you're not paying for it though.
Not yet.
So you're not giving them value financially.
Not yet, yes. But at least I'm publicizing for them.
Yeah,
Any jam
exactly.
students that wants to read for English, I always recommend Merriam-Webster to them. So
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Sorry, Kingsley, I'm very sorry, but we just have to move on, right? So that we can quickly wrap up. I still have a lot of questions to get from you guys. Sorry, please. So yeah, over here we discussed about the problems that our bank is solving for us, right? And I gave it from the problem perspective and then from the solution perspective, right? Even though the responses some of you gave me was not from a problem perspective, but yeah, all good. So over here, I said for the bank apps, the stress of transiting to physical bank branch to perform transactions, difficult access to get calls and utility service recharge card, then time and effort to queue in making payment for DSTV or PHCL services. If you can remember this call, I made mention of me going to the bank, how frustrated I was, all of those kind of things. So my bank app on the norms, I'm supposed to just click on access ATM card for my phone, and then I just go to the bank. I just go and pick up my card. Unfortunately, on Access Bank, the service is down. When you click on it, to tell you something error, whatever. So you see that problem of getting ATM card. The banks from Access Bank, I think they've not solved that problem at all, because I still have to stress myself to go to physical bank branch to get a ATM card. It should not even be like that. I think OP or other services, before they started doing this POS thing, you give them your address and then they will come to your house and deliver that card to you. Right? So over here we said another
Yeah, yeah,
the
true.
solution good. So the solution perspective for bank apps are you transfer money to your friends and family easily now. You can be charged for services via internet and mobile phones, via internet and mobile apps. You don't have to buy a recharge card now that you press that number. There's nothing as frustrating as when you press those 12 or 13-digit number and then now tell you that what you press is incorrect. And then you do it again and then it's incorrect. Then the third time you just know that you have to take your time to make sure that you don't miss any numbers because you cannot even rush and say you want to recharge your phone with those paper recharge cards. So with the help of this mobile bank now, you can just do all of those things via your mobile apps and you don't have to be pressing all of those pin. Same thing with your DSTV and then your PHC. You can all do everything online. Yeah. So to this question, this is where I will catch people now that did not watch the recording. And I told you I was going to call him randomly. Now it is my turn to shine. So here is an image, right? There we said people don't want to buy a 1/4-inch drill. They want a 1/4-inch hole. What does this statement mean? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. I like this energy. Okay. Was it Beatrice that spoke last? No, I think it's Elizabeth. So let Beatrice go then. Michael will go next. So Beatrice, let's hear from you. What does this mean? What people did not use ChatGPT to answer this question? Okay, but it's the thought that matters, right? You can use it, but it is how you understand this thing. So Beatrice, let's go. People don't buy a 1/4-inch drill, they buy a 1/4-inch hole. What does this mean? Beatrice, I can hear you. Please go ahead. Beatrice, you're not speaking. Should Michael go next? Okay, Michael, please just go ahead. Beatrice is not saying anything. Me, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
People don't want to buy a 1/4-inch drill. They want a 1/4-inch drill. So what I mean is people are like what you've been establishing, the problem thinking mentality, the problem solution mentality, the solution problem mentality. So what this is saying is they don't actually want what they basically want is to get their problem solved, which is at this instance now, which is what they want a rule. So they don't really care about how you can actually give them that thing. All they want is you giving them solving their problem for them. So that's basically what I have to say.
Okay. I will not give you my review yet. Beatrice, do you want to go next? Beatrice. If Beatrice is not okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
People don't want to buy a 1/4-inch drill. They want a 1/4-inch hole. To mean people don't really care about the way you solve the problem. They actually want the problem to be solved. They are more concerned about the solution. They are more concerned when the problem has been solved. The process takes you for them to get the problem solved. They are not really concerned about that. The users are concerned about things they will benefit from, things that will be more easier for them to meet.
Amazing. Oh shit! I said I was not going to give review. I'm giving Beatrice the review already, but yeah, that is it, right? Same thing with what Michael said. I like the thought process. Lolo, la. Let me hear your thought process too, because everybody will have different thoughts to this.
I feel like people don't care about the process. It's just the result that matters.
Yeah, that's very correct. That's very correct. Anybody else? Anybody else? But yeah, that's the thing. People don't care. Okay. Elizabeth, let's go.
I don't know, you missed me. I'm already mad since.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, you go ahead and say it.
But then it's fine. I think Beatrice has already literally said everything. Like people really do not care.
I want to hear your own. Yes.
Okay. People really do not care what kind of product it is. They don't care. They don't care even what maybe the other features product, but like so far it solves like their own need on a deeper level. So I think that's like what he means.
Yeah, actually, that is what it means, right? It's the same thing that happens to our bank apps, right? When they don't answer us on time, we don't care about what the customer service is saying. Oh, we are working on it. We don't care about all those English. Keep your English. I want to see that maybe your money hang. I want to see my money back in my account. No. That's what people care about, right? So as a product manager, your job is to deeply understand the problem to be solved. And then once you really understand the problem, now you need to design solutions that will best deliver that desired outcome for the users. Even if the solution will change, right? If the solution will change, users don't care. They just want to make sure that the desired outcome is possible. Right. So as a product manager, your job is to really understand people's problem. And that's why I was from the record, I even made mention that start to look at things from a problem perspective. Leave solution alone. If you can understand a problem, you can solve it. And that's why I tell people that me as a wholesaler, I product manage my life, because product management, just look at it in like your life perspective too. If you have a problem to something, it's not always trying to get solution. Oh, I want to do this, do that. Just sat down to ask yourself, why is this thing even happening in the first place? No, you're looking at it from like a problem perspective, right? So if you are able to understand the problem, like I said, you can solve anything, right? Okay. I really want to be very fast with this thing. Okay, over here, I was able to discuss who a product manager is, a program manager, and then a project manager. All right. Yep. Trying to check in for the example I was able to give. In one sentence, who's going to tell me the difference between these three? Because I don't want to really repeat myself. All these things, we've said it before. One sentence each. Product manager, program manager, and project manager. Okay, if you don't even remember program, tell me who a product manager is and a project manager. Beatrice, is your hand raised up for this question? If yes, please, you can go ahead. Victor, your hand is also raised. Oh my God, sorry. Beatrice, do you want to go first? Okay, Victor, you can go next. Beatrice.
Okay, I'll go with manager. I said project manager is the voice of the customers. They are the professionals that see to identifying problem, gathering of feedback, then providing solutions, and also providing values for the customers. For customers, at the same time meeting the business goals.
Okay, so what about the project part?
Okay, the project manager, they're the one that over the entire project. The product manager deal with a particular product, but project manager is more voluminous than product manager. They see to the entire project of the organization or the business.
Okay, amazing. Victor.
Okay, so a product manager is more concerned about the vision, strategy, and how to align customer needs and then the business goals. The program manager is responsible for coordinating multiple or different aspects of a particular product together. And then the project manager is more concerned about timeline and how or when it's basically timeline, when it should be delivered on time, all of those things, when it should be delivered and how it should be delivered.
Amazing. I think you guys really understood the concept, right? So yeah, over here we're able to go deep to talk about.
Sorry, I was going to say something.
All right.
So I'm going to drop for the attendance. I want to drop a Google form, say like 15 minutes to the end of the call, and have people fill in their names. That's okay.
Yeah, sure. You have the question. Anyone that works well for you.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay, so let's continue. We say the focus area for a product man. Oh, somebody said vision, strategy, and customer needs. You picked my definition. But yeah, that is it. I want to focus more on, because I've really spoke about product management, right? So I want to focus more on program manager and project manager. So a program manager would focus on multiple related projects under a strategic initiative. So what their key responsibilities here is they would coordinate interrelated projects and then ensure that these projects they are coordinating, it align with the business strategy and dependencies are managed. So the outcomes are a cohesive program where different projects will contribute to a larger goal, right? While a product manager will focus on a specific project, that's timeline, scope, and execution. Unlike a product manager that they just focus on the product, they don't care about the project, the timeline. That's why I say when you go to a bigger organization, when you start working in a bigger organization, you will not be doing any project manager work where you'll be following up with the developer and be telling the developer, have you done this? Why have you not done that? You will use all those your energy to think about strategy. Because if you're a very strategic product manager, you're a hot cake because you're always thinking of ideas that will bring money. So you have time to even think about all those ones, right? So the key responsibility for a project manager is to plan, organize, execute a project with a defined timeline. So their outcomes are usually a completed project delivered on time and within a scope. So if you're in a big organization, you will not be concerned about, hey, this developer should release this product in the next 2 months. Can you will not even be concerned about all of those kind of ones. That will not be your business. Your business to be a successful product that customer will love, and then your business goal, it's going to meet your business goal. Maybe your business wants to make like 10 million naira. So your goal will just be so focused on getting the product to meet maybe that 10 million naira targets that they've set, right? So here we said a product manager owns the what and the why. Of course, your what is the vision, and then the why is the strategy, right? The program manager, what they just do is oversee how multiple projects will align together. So a program manager will do planning, execution, and then reporting. While on the product manager aspect is you focus more on ideas. Once you've come up with these ideas, of course, you cannot build all of your ideas, right? So that is where your prioritization skill will come in. And then if you're able to prioritize, that is where your planning thing will also like plan to bring your ideas to life, right? And then a project manager, of course, is to ensure when and how a specific project gets done. And then we spoke about the specialized role in product management. I will not be really going deep into this. This is for you to please have this at the back of your mind that you cannot be a generalist product manager forever. So I would advise that all of these core product role, you should have them listed somewhere. When you start to practice your generalist product management, right, over time you start to see that you have strength in one part and you don't have strength in another part, right? So the core product roles, we say a generalist product manager, a technical product manager, a growth product manager, platform product manager, AI, that's artificial intelligence and machine learning product manager. We have data product manager. We have mobile product manager, business to business product manager, business to customer product manager. I think in my video I made some detailed explanations about this. So that's what I said. Once you start to practice product management for like 2 years plus, you start to see that you have strength in one place and you don't have strength in another place. Like for me, I don't have strength in this whole working closely with engineering team. It's something that I don't have choice but to do it, but it's not something I enjoy, right? So I'm at the point in my life where right now I'm specializing myself to a particular form of product management. So I've already seen that technically I don't enjoy it, right? I don't have strength there because you can see that product manager is doing a lot. That's why we said you are doing something from the beginning stage. Once a product is launched, you're also wearing another hat. After a product is launched, you need to get all those data, come up with strategy. So you can see that product manager's job is just so much. You cannot continue to be doing everything forever. Remember how the life journey is. Once you start to go up, the lesser the stress for you, and then the more the money comes, right? Is when the workload is plenty that you'll be having small money. I don't know why things are like that, but that's how it is, right? So for me now, I am tilting myself towards the growth product management part because for me, I enjoy seeing things like looking into data, coming up with ideas. Then when I come up with those ideas, and then I'm going back to the engineering or the team to tell them that, oh, let's build this because I want us to make more money for the business. I want us to get more users. I want us to be able to retain these users. So for me now, imagine a growth product manager and a technical product manager in one team. Now my focus will be on user acquisition, retentions, and monetization. So I've come up with this idea now. I'm going to work closely with the technical product manager and say, oh, this is the idea based on this feedback, based on our data. This is what we need to do. So I'm going to work closely with that technical product manager. So because I have been able to pass all of those information to the technical product manager, the technical product manager now that will now go and meet the engineering, that's the developers, and tell them that, oh, based on the data, this is how we need to build it. These are the APIs you need to use. These are the integrations and API integrations. These are the infrastructures. These are the tech-heavy things we need to put on this future that our growth product manager has said. So you can see that me now, I'm not going to work directly with the developers. My hands are up. I am just doing that conversation with who? The technical product manager. So in organizations like Google, WhatsApp, all these calls product manager, they are all there. Right? They are growth product managers, they are technical product managers, they are machine learning product managers. Once you work in a very big team, that is when you'll be seeing all of this. But in a very small team, honestly, you go wear all the hat, especially in this Nigeria. You will do everything, right? So that's why you also need to, aim higher, look for bigger organizations to work with because honestly, the workload is not much. But one thing again about the Nigeria company is because of how they stress you, you learn a lot too from it. For the B2B product manager, so in situations like open banking now, open banking, we have Mono, Zelle, that's companies that do all those verification. Let's say for instance, you want to loan a money now. Let's say you borrowed money on Pampi. and then you want to japa, like you want to travel out of the country. And then when you get the embassy, they're telling you that you borrowed this so money. And you head, you're like, how do you people know that I borrowed this money? They know because there's an open banking system that what they do is to they verify user identity, right? They verify things about a particular person. So that's how those embassy people are. When they input your data, everything, if you're owing 10 company money, they will tell you all the company, they will even tell you where you borrowed all those money. So those are open B2B, because they don't work with you as a customer directly. They work with business to business. So let's say the embassy is a business on its own. Those people that are verifying, those are like one organization on its own, right? And then the open banking systems, they're like one business on its own. So they will not work with you that borrowed you the money from them. No, they will work with people that need to check your credibility. And then B2C are business that work directly with the consumers, right? So your bank apps, they are B2C. Your PiggyVest, they are B2C because they work with you. They focus on consumer-facing products, right? So what they care about is you being able to use the products and you're engaging with it, and then there's a growth from it. So over here, I think Michael asked me about product strategy manager. So you can decide to be a product strategy manager. So these are strategic and business oriented roles. So in Nigeria here, a growth product manager can wear the hat of a product strategy manager and then monetization product manager, right? So these are very in rare cases, but a growth product manager can also wear the hat of a product strategy manager, right? And then we have monetization product manager. So what this one does is, these are people that they specialize in anything concerning money for your products, pricing models, subscription, revenue optimizations, all those your apps you think that you're using today, and then they're charging you for money. They don't just come up with that money. It is properly structured and planned. The same thing for your boats, the same thing for your Uber. They don't just tell you that, oh, pay this 5,000 naira for this trip. No, there are people that calculate this thing at the back end, that they will calculate it in kilometers, the fuel price, the maintenance of the car. They will calculate this thing and then sum it up. That's what gives that money. Such that if you tell them to break this thing for you, you would even understand why they are charging you at that 5,000 naira. Because they're putting things like the fuel that the driver will use to take you to that place, the car that person is using, the maintenance, there's a certain percentage for maintenance. They'll calculate all of these things. So they are monetization product managers, right? And honestly, if I were you, right, I'm going to even if I want to specialize, I'm going to pick the ones that are in very high demand, and then it is not too saturated, right? But it's very important to pick the one that is not saturated, right? I'm not saying you shouldn't go. If you're enjoying the saturated one, good for you, but it would be amazing if you don't go for these too saturated ones. But of course, there's this thing called grace, right? Like even in the saturated, you still get opportunities. And then we have the fintech product manager. So people that work in your OPay, your PalmPay, your PiggyVest, all those product managers that work there, they are fintech product managers. And then we have the product operations. So product operations, I think there's somebody here that made mention that works in the production operation stage or something, while we're doing our onboarding. I cannot remember, but I think somebody said that. Or is it product owner? I'm not sure. But yeah, product operations is another strategic and business oriented rules. Okay, and then we have the data and execution focus rule. So this is where we have our somebody that says she's a product owner, right? So what they do here is they will be prioritizing your backlog items, ensuring alignment with business goals and delivering futures. And then we have the product analyst. But it's just so unfortunate that as a generalist product manager, all these things, some of these things, all of them, you will do it. Like you see all these rules, some of them you just have to do them because this is Nigeria. All right, you have to do all these things. It's when you start to move out, maybe upgrade and go to other organizations, then they'll start to filter out things for you. And then we have user experience and design focused role. So you can be somebody here is a product designer. You don't necessarily have to do all those things that product managers are doing. If you have maybe you have worked for 2 years, yeah, you have done your product generalists, you have done a generalist product management for like 2 years. If you want to specialize, you can focus on user experience product manager. There are people like that. So what you just be doing now is you already even have a design knowledge already. You're going to work closely with designers and then researchers to optimize what user experience. Or you can even be a conversational AI product manager. Right. So this one is what they do is focus on chat box, voice assistants, and AI driven interactions. And then over here, we have the Web3 product managers and then the sustainability product manager. I think this is another thing that is really coming to light now, right? And I like the fact that people are really hopping on it, right? The whole eco-friendly environmental thing about the whole global warming thing and all of that. Environment, basically. So we're having product managers for that. There's even agri-tech. If you want to do agricultural product managers, it's all good. And then yeah, we spoke about the tools, right? This is a whole lot. You can watch these videos. I want to really give room for questions and answer because this is supposed to be like a recap, but this is me doing everything again. So these are the tools we use in product management. We've grouped them into particular sections. So if you want to do any road mapping, just come and check here. You see if a tool you can use for it. If you want to do research, come and check here. You'll see something for research. If you want to do analytics, just come and check this list. You'll see something for it, as well as project management, A/B testing, wireframing. We all compile usable tools for them. And that's why we have YouTube. If you are unable to use any of this thing, just go on YouTube. For me, the way I learned how to use Mixpanel is what we use to for analytics to know how many people are using your products and all of that. I learned Mixpanel on YouTube, right? There was a particular playlist. I watch all the playlists, and that's how I learned how to use Mixpanel. It's the same thing for Jira. It's just that I've not really had time to just get time to watch videos on this thing on YouTube. Somebody hand raised. Hi, Victor. Please go ahead.
Hi, please, the link to the attendance form is in the comments. So just wanted to bring that to your attention.
Okay. All right.
So,
Now, you guys can please fill the form, right? Because we will soon be wrapping up. So yeah, self-assessment question. This is something I want to get to hear from people. Please, I beg you, don't be shy. Just answer it. You can answer it to me. You can answer this question anytime, any day, right? So, who is going to go next first for this question? Please, I need people to speak. Maybe like 5 or 3 people. Let's go. Be fast so that another person will not overtake you. Because if you can answer this question, you are on the right path, honestly. Victor, do you want to go first? Because your hands is raised. If you can answer this question, it's the best for you, honestly, right? So who's going next? Who's going first? Okay, Miriam. Okay, Miriam Giwa just joined. Self-assessment question for you. I really want to know, why do you pick product management? Because I've really been talking. Is this something you even enjoying? After all this talk, do you find yourself doing it and say, oh, I want to do this thing, or you don't even enjoying it? Let's talk. Let's not waste our time. Before I came into product management, I did 7 months? I did UI UX design. I did data analytics. I did digital marketing. All of these things I used like 2 years. I've been 1 year. 2 years, yeah. Because I just finished secondary school and then I was trying to figure out what I want to do. If I already knew that, or more, it was product management I'm going to do. All those 2 years that I was using to navigating, I was using to do trial and error. I'll have gone far since. So please let's pick up, please. Let's know if this thing is something that even interests you in the first place. Victor, do you want to go first?
Okay, let me go first.
Okay.
So the first question, why product management for me? For me, one reason why I decided to, try or do product management is because of how much I enjoy making things right. I might not be able to I enjoy or I appreciate good things. So I might not be able to do that thing. Yeah, but then I know when it is done right, or I kind of like have this thing for doing something very well. So that's one reason why I picked product management. Another reason is to the joy of seeing something, or the joy of seeing something you build genuinely help people. That's another reason why. I am here. So the second one, what is most interesting or appealing about product management? Well, the most interesting part of product management for me is building things and seeing it help people again. So as we all know, managers are at the heart of this thing. So they oversee almost the entire thing, almost the entire process. So the most interesting part, yes, or the most appealing part for me in all of these things is seeing that what I build is helping people, is helping them solve problems. To the third question, what seems to be the most challenging about product management? So the most challenging is communication. So for me, before now, or usually, I am this person that always wants to be by myself as much as I can. As far as if there's no need for me to speak or to say something, I won't say it or I won't talk. So, and coming into product management, I've learned that communication is one key thing. I mean, you have to talk whether you like it or not. That's something I've learned the past few weeks. So that's one most challenging thing about product management. And then the fourth one, how do I plan to deal with this challenge? Honestly, that's one reason why I volunteered to be a course rep, because I understand that being a course rep is going to make me talk and going to make me communicate with people. So that's one reason why I volunteered. I did not want to do it here, but then I just had to because I figured it was going to help me improve. Yeah. So the fifth question: are there specific industries you would like to build a career in? Yes. AI. I like the AI space, and I like the fintech space. Although it's very broad and has a lot of moving parts. Yes, but I do like the fintech space. But then AI is like the number one. What type of product manager do I want to become? I'm not sure it's a thing. Oh, maybe it is, because I've seen it around a few times. The AI product manager. I do not have full details about it, like extensive detail about it yet, but I'd like to explore that in future. And what do I want to achieve right now being a PM? I would say I want to understand like this thing very well. I want to get hold of the basics, and I want to be able to build something with it. What do I want to achieve in the next 5 years? I want to work for Netflix. So that's one goal in the next 5 to 10 years. I want to be at Netflix. So I hope I've answered all of your questions.
Yes, you have, and that's so cute. Well done. I like the fact that you were able to take up the lead. You know that you don't like communication, and then you're already like you have to take up the lead of being the class rep. You don't have a choice, but you have to communicate with people. But one thing I also want you to try to do is product management is around communication. It's like the beginning to the end is around communication, right? Thank God you figured that out. So what you should start to do is, aside from your cohort, even in real world scenarios now, when you go out, don't be. I know you're maybe a shy person or something, but start up that conversation with people, right? You don't necessarily have to ask them useless questions or something. A way you can start up a communication with somebody that's it just begins to flow, right? So I would really advise you learn to start up communication, because when you start working with real teams, for example, the backend engineer, oh my god, if you don't talk to those people, they will not talk to you too. But because of you as a product manager, you want them to do something for you. You have to bring in the flow to have those people to like communicate with you, because once you're able to bring in the flow, now you now become close. When you become close, you can now tell them that, oh, I need you to help me to do this thing now, guy, help me do this one, I beg, or God only asking for this thing. Oh. And then of course, as the Nigerian that you are, and the Nigerian that they are, they understand the pressure and then they want to do it for you willingly, right? So learn to really start up communication with people aside from your courts friends. Do it like even in real world scenarios too. Okay,
Noted. Thank you.
amazing. Who is going next? Okay, Michael, let's hear from you about product management. 1 to 8. Let's go.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Michael Mukashi. I'm
Okay, telling us your name. We know your name.
management. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
So the first question, why product management?
Okay, it seems like you are breaking now. We cannot hear you again. Your network is, I think your network is bad. We can, or can anybody hear him? This is my own network.
We can't
Yes,
hear
I
him
can
from
hear
this
you.
end.
Oh, you can hear Mikey?
I can't hear him from this end here.
Okay. Adela, did you say you can hear Mikey?
I said I could hear you when you were saying if it was when you were asking if it was your network or something.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant Michael. Michael, we cannot hear you. While we wait for Michael, do anybody want to go next? I actually just need 3 people so that I can get questions from you guys before we call it a wrap. Anybody else? People don't want to tell me your assessment questions, your self-assessment answers. Oh, you're still trying to figure it out.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now, Michael.
All right. Sorry about the glitch. I think this is one of the challenges we are facing in Nigeria, and I hope someone will just come up with a solution to tackle that problem in no distant time. So, why product design? I was saying, I personally like building stuff, not entirely just building for fun, but building to see that what you are building is actually filling a gap. It's experiencing real time growth. Right. So I asked myself, aside coding, how can I, be in this particular game? So I entered product design, of which I really like, I love. And then so I see that there is also like product design. The real product people are the product managers. So I was intrigued to know how this whole product thing works. So that's why I choose product manager, and I believe I'll be a good PM. So for the next one, to confirm, please, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, for the next one, what is most interesting? Okay, so the fascinating thing, the amazing thing about product design for product management for me is how you get to have knowledge on practically everything. You get to have knowledge on how design works. You get to have knowledge of the development side of things. You get to have knowledge on the data analytics, the marketing side, the sales side, you know, all those things combined. I find it very, 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 very interesting. The next one, like, let me just try to be fast. Okay, what seems to be the most challenging about? So the challenging thing about product design for me is people's management. How to manage people, collaboration per se, right? So how I tend to deal with this challenge is to do the work, I guess. I mean, that's why I enrolled for this program to, you know, learn from expertise, like from experts in this field, which we are privileged to have an instructor that will take us through that part. So it's to learn and also to actually show up and do the work. So I believe in doing, you get first-hand experience and you get to learn more. The next question, are there specific industry you'd like to, like I said, I like building stuff, so I'm not tied down to any industry. I just want to provide, build stuff that would fill a gap, right? What type of product? Generalist product manager, definitely. Like to be a generalist product manager. What do I want to achieve right now? Being a product manager. So it's not, for me, it's not about the title, but it's about impact, it's about results. So I believe if I can be able to successfully scale, launch, manage, organize a product, I think it's a good and a great achievement for me. So in the next 5 to 10 years, I would be happy when I turn back and see that I have scaled and grown and grown products that are serving real-time impact in the society and community. And I believe that I am going to do this, right? And I trust God, and I also trust the instructors to helping me achieve this particular goal. Thank you. Hello, is anybody here? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can
we can,
hear you.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
All right, thank you, Michael. Kissy, do you want to go next? Your hands are raised.
Yeah, I would just like to share just a
Okay,
quick
Kissy
one.
will be
Why
next.
product management for me? Well, for me, I think with various of experience I had, you understand. So for me, I love solving customers' issues. I like whenever I get customers' issues, there's this empathy towards customers to actually resolve their problem, because I try it as much as possible to always put myself in their place. So that's one interesting thing about being a product manager. You should be able to relate with users' issues. With that, you can have better understanding in resolving their problems, or on whichever product you're rendering to these customers. So that's one reason why I choose product management for me. Secondly, what is the most interesting and appealing thing about product management? Um, One of the key things and interesting thing about product management is that you have an oversight of the customer's view and actually understand your product better, because over the years though, what I think, like, this is how it is, might not be how it is for the customers. So it gives you a better reputation of how your customers view your product. And thirdly, what seems to be the most challenging about product management? Well, one interesting, almost challenging thing about product management has to be with building the product, especially with the dev teams for me, because you have to make sure these guys have been managed properly, like having a review with them, know the progress of how they work. This is based on my understanding of what I know so far. Are you there? Can you hear me?
That's fine. Just go ahead.
Okay. So that's one of the most challenging thing about product management for me. You have to manage the product from initiation to launch. So overseeing the product, getting in sync like with all the other developers and all, and make sure this product go live, and also make sure the product meets the real target value to the customers too. How do I plan to deal with the challenge? Planning on dealing with the challenge, just have to do your follow up with a few teams or the operation teams to know how far the product progress is on the field and so on. So are there any specific industries you would like to be a career in? No, I don't think so. I would love to learn more about product design, so maybe sometimes in the future to have a clearer view on that. So what type of product manager? Well, for me, I would love to be a technical product manager. What type of product manager? Come on. What do I want to say right now being a product manager? What do I want to achieve in 15 years? Yeah. In 5 to 10 years time, I want to be the head of products. Yeah.
The head of what?
That's up for me.
You said the head of what?
Head of product.
Oh, okay.
Head of product.
Okay.
Build like my own product owner myself. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
I get.
definitely. Because when I applied for that for Money Points, I think the experience just kind of weighed me down a bit.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what for me.
All right. Thank you so much. I think we should call this. We have an assignment. Oh, did you guys do your assignments in a Google Doc? How did you submit? Class rep.
Yes. So I was going to ask about that. You mentioned you're going to submit to a Google Classroom or something,
Yes.
and we do not have a means to do that. We don't know how that's going to be done. I thought you were going to provide.
Did you do the assignment in the first place?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I'm going to talk to Christopher, and then he's going to send you a message, right? From there, you can then collect the assignment from your other colleague.
Okay.
So yeah. So is there any question, please, around product management, around this introduction to product management? Because ideally, what this session is supposed to be about was questions and answer, not me even starting all over the slide again, right? So yeah, what are the questions so far? What are the things you don't understand? Is there anything? I specifically said come prepared with questions. All right, go ahead, Victor.
So my questions, I wrote them down. One question is, for a product manager, I mean, going through the course, you mentioned one, it's advisable for one to niche down or for one to specialize after like 2 years. So one question is it what happens if someone decides to specialize maybe like after like a year or maybe even before a year? What happens? Are there things what's going to happen if someone decides to specialize? Is it that person would have extensive knowledge or something or experience to do that? the other question, can I just say all of them?
Can I answer your first question before you go to the second one?
Okay, yes, please.
Okay, so it's not like there's a problem if you say you want to specialize in 1 year, right? But the good thing about this whole career space is you think you know it all, but over time you start to see that you don't even know it all, right? That's one thing with the career space, right? So why I gave an estimate of 2 years? Some people even tell you 3 years before you start to specialize. Me, I even use 2 years. I know my mentor will tell you 3 years, right, before you even think of specializing. Because now, if you say you want to focus on, let's say, for example, growth product management now, there's some things in generalist product management that you have not even done, right? And then you're now going to the growth product management space. It's a two-way thing. Is either you learn while you work, or you get exposed and your boss know that, oh, you don't even know this thing safe. You're just claiming that you know it. Do you get? Not like there's a problem. There's no problem in it, but the duration of time you use as a generalist is you are grounding yourself in learning every aspect of product management. That's the idea. I don't know if you get it.
Yes, I understand you clearly. Thank you.
So your next question.
So next question, I think you already gave an answer to it, but I'm just going to read it out. So the product, program, and project manager, does he have? From what you said earlier, I think it applies to an ideal, like maybe in a big company, an ideal situation. That's where you have a product manager, you have a program manager, and then you have a project manager.
Yes, but in startups, I'm sorry. When you work in a startup, I'm sorry, there you have to do everything.
Am I correct?
And the man and the person is not going to pay you for it's not going to pay you big. Maybe you are just even starting. I'll give you like maybe 200K or 150K and you do all those work. One thing for sure is you are focused on the experience, right? And that's one thing about this whole career space. I understand that we all need money, but sometimes money will not be the criteria of getting things done. It will just be the experience. I can remember the first internship I got. They were not paying me money, and I worked for them for 6 months. They were just giving me 10,000 naira, and I had like a personal business that I was doing, right? That was gaining times 10 of that money as a monthly profit. But I knew what I wanted. What I wanted was the experience, and that's why I had to stay. Do you get? So was I able to answer your question? Victor.
So final question for now.
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you. Yes, can you
I can hear you.
Hello. Okay. I said you answered the question, yeah. So the final question.
Okay.
For products, do products necessarily have to generate revenue? I mean, you mentioned it you mentioned it a couple of times. You said products users should be able to pay for your product, how much money your product should be able to generate certain amounts of money for the company and all of those things. So now the question is, do product or because I'm sure that there are products that are built for free. Yeah, the whoever builds them is not making any money from it. But then you mentioned something that there has to be something you are giving to them. Yeah. So, but then what? Or is it just that? I mean, if they're not making money off the product, is it just maybe what you are giving to them, or then there's or there's something else? And when that product is not making money, doesn't mean that they were not able to make money of that product. Maybe their strategy was not good enough for some products. Maybe their strategy was not good enough, and then they had to and maybe they had to give it out for free or something. So that I don't know if um I asked this question correctly.
I hear your
I don't know if you
question.
understand
So
me.
actually understand your question. So
Okay.
it's not every product that their 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 viability is around money, right? Some products could be data, right? So it just that's why I said your viability, you would have to define what your viability is as a company, right? So it does not necessarily have to be money. Some company, the popular ones we know are revenue, but some are not revenue. Some people is data, they just need your data. Some people are just gathering data. So some people they can give you their products to use for as long as you care. You want to use it, they don't care. But one thing is data. Okay, Google now. The Google search we use, they don't collect money from us. Their viability is the data. The fact that you are coming in to search for something, they're compiling all of these things. And I think those are the things that they begin to integrate into the whole machine learning and the whole AI and all of that. I
Yeah,
think I'm
true,
not
true, true.
so you see that some products, it does not necessarily have to be money. Their goals are literally different. So for you now as a person or as a product manager, whatever you are, you need to be able to, before you even start building the product, you need to be able to define what is our viability here. Do we want to make money or we need data that we can sell to people? Because this all this research we do on Google Search now, these are things that maybe after a year or something, they sell it to another company. And that's where they now make the money. Because they don't necessarily collect the money from you, they collect the money from another person, another user, another set of target audience. So as a product manager, you need to first define what your viability of your product is. So let me give you an instance. Now there's this product I was doing a research for, and then I got up to 100 plus people that fill in the user research form, right? And then after giving these people, there was one particular, inside my questions, I asked them if they were willing to pay money for these products. And they were all saying no. They were answering every question though, but they were not ready to pay for the product. And for me, my viability was to make money. When I saw the research and like 80% of the users are saying no, I just sort of like got weak and I started to think. So now as a product manager, on a norm, a normal human being will say, okay, they're not ready to pay money for this thing, and then they close it up. For me now as a product manager, I've come to realize that okay, my target audience are not ready to pay money. So how do I make this product viable such that they don't have to pay the money directly? So now that is the thought process now. I'm starting to think, should I give these people for free? If I'm going to give them for free, how would I get money from them? From them using it for free? Am I going to be selling their data out to people or what? I don't know if you get the question. So the point, so you need to define what your viability is for the company or the product. Do you understand, Victor?
Yes, I do. I do. Thank you very much. Yes.
All right. So who's going next? Any question from anybody before we wrap it up? We're wrapping up the session. Okay, Michael, please go ahead.
Okay, so my first question is it's not necessarily a question, it's just to validate what I think I understand, which is the difference between product manager, project manager, and program manager. So I want to understand if as a product manager you can entirely stand as both of them. Like you can stand as a program manager and a product manager. I'm sorry if you've answered this question before because I was having network issues. So that's my first question. So my second question is
Can I answer
as
your first question before you proceed to the
okay,
second one?
all right, no problem. Thank you.
Can you entirely stand as all of them? I'm sorry, please give me something. Let me pick this call. So can you do everything together? For a start, you can, right? Because you're trying to gather all the knowledge, all the experience. But I kid you not, once you begin to maybe accelerate in your career. You cannot do everything because now a journalist, especially when you're starting, most times you are really, especially when you're in a startup, you are 50% wearing a project manager hat and then a product manager hat. It's like 50-50. But when you start to accelerate, right, nobody needs a project management manager from you. What the company will be requesting is act like a product manager. So at that point, you don't even have time to be following up people because there's somebody there to do that for you. So now you will now be thinking of strategies, planning, vision, why we should build this, how we should build this. That will be your focus. Your focus will not be on developer, have you built this? Have you built that? Let's do stand-up meeting. Nah, your focus will be way beyond that. So I'll tell you that from the beginning of your career, yes, you're going to be putting on multiple hats. That's especially if you're in a startup that they don't have project manager. But if you are in a startup that there's a project manager, good for you. You're going to focus more on your product management thing, and then you'll not be doing the job of a project manager. Do you get that?
Yes, no. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
So yeah, you can proceed to your next question.
So my next question is, as a beginner PM, what advice would you give us to set our minds, set our minds to what is coming? Like, okay, what are the things you advise us to look out for? What are the things you advise us to um uh, observe or notice?
So one would be if you see an internship in a big organization, when I mean big organizations like Money Points, PiggyVest, please hop on it, right? Go full on it. Pick it over startup. I beg you. I don't know what is happening to Nigerian startups, but I don't think they are giving us that balance. They're helping people, especially most of them. They're not really giving people that balance. They're just telling product managers to do this, do that. They're not allowing product managers to do their work. It's literally the CEO that is doing the work. Product managers are just there to just help the CEO do things. But if you're in a big organization like the PiggyVest and everything, you understand how a proper culture, a team culture works. So if you see opportunities around there, please jump on it. Do your best in making sure that you get it over a startup. I beg you. And then if you're not able to get that, unfortunately, you just have to go to the startup because you need experience. It's only your experience that you'll be able to use to get a better job. So even if they're not ready to pay you, that is okay. Just close your eye. If it's 6 months, practice all what you have learned in that place for 6 months, right? Once you have finished practicing, articulate your experience very well, such that when somebody reach them, they know that this person knows what he's doing, so that they'll be able to employ you, right? I think another thing is find a mentor. I beg you. I know all of us don't like to disturb people, but if you can see somebody that will hold you on this journey, it is very important to get a mentor, right? So mentor does not directly have to be, oh, come and teach me, oh, come and teach me. No, there's some mentors that they are from afar. They're commenting on their posts, they're liking their pictures, just to make them notice you, Even when you do a cohort, and please attend webinar. So there's this thing Threadforge to do every Saturday, an overlap. Attend webinars, all these webinars, right? And then whoever are these instructors, just try to connect with them. Oh, thank you so much for your sessions. All of those kind of things was valuable. It was these, those kind of things. You have make the person sort of like notice you, right? And when I say person notice you, I'm not saying you should just go and meet the person and tell the person that, oh, come and give me a job, all those kind of things. So please don't do that. Maybe you say like a duration of time, maybe 6 months or something, you can just slightly go into the person's DM like, oh, this is what's happening. Do you have any openings around you? You don't speak to the person with authority, please. You need to speak with the person with respect, right? Yeah, I think these are the things. And then please don't wait for you to get a job before you have a portfolio, or don't wait for somebody to give you a job offer before you have a portfolio. Right now, start to look for how you can use AI, watch videos online on how you can set up a portfolio for yourself. It is very important because all of these big companies, I said that you should go into their internship, they will not collect resume from you alone. You need to attach a portfolio to it. So I think that is it.
Oh, okay, man. Thank you very much. And just to like remind you, please, I sent you a message on Slack about 3 days ago. So I'm hoping I'll get a reply from you.
Yes, you will. I would check my Slack and then respond to you, please.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any other person? If no question, we can just call it a wrap. We've spent we've passed beyond our time. So I assume there is no question, and I'm sure you guys have filled your attendance form. If yes, good night, everybody, and see you guys next week. Bye.